Hey everyone, I am doing a very spontaneous card making session here. I'm just going to get myself all set up. Today at Link and Learn I had a little bit of a crazy time. Yep, there we go, I'm all set up. There we go, hopefully my comments will be working this time. So I had a little bit of a crazy time at Link and Learn today, and the bottom story is I didn't get to make a card. So I am going to make the card that they all made today that I didn't get to make. Hey Leanne! So I was scrolling through Pinterest, as we do, and I come across a card. Funnily enough, it did have a Magnolia. I should bring this in. Oh, do you know, I thought that was just called Magnolia Lane, but it's not. It's called Good Morning Magnolia. There you go. I pay a whole lot of attention to things lately. Hey Deb. So anyway, so I was scrolling through Pinterest and I happened to find a card. It nothing to do with Stampin' Up. Happened to be a Magnolia, and it was on a gorgeous, gorgeous background. And I thought, hey, let's try that. And I think it worked in the end. It didn't look like it was going to work at the time, but it did work. So I'm going to be sponging and I'm going to blend. Now this is where it looks a little bit odd. I'm going to blend from So Saffron to Mint Macaron into Bermuda Bay. So it's an unlikely color combination. I think it did work. So that's what we're going to have a play with. The other thing that we're going to have a play with tonight, and I am on a time limit too, I'm just warning you, I have to pick up a child from work at 9 o'clock, so I'm hoping that we get through all of this by then. I found, did I spit? Man, I'm all class, aren't I? I have seen these sponging brushes. Well, they're matte cosmetic brushes. They're for your face. These ones were in Kmart and they weren't very expensive. So I thought, let's have a play. They're very soft. Very, very soft. Look at that, pretty. If it doesn't work, I have sponges. We'll just thought we'd see what happens. So I guess I will start off light. Ooh. Okay, let's have a crack. Has anybody used these for sponging? I'm a little bit scared. Look at that. Wow. And my comments are working, so hooray. At least I think they are. I've got a couple of comments going on. Have a looky. Oh my. Now I like a fairly intense colour thing going on. I've got all my sponges here, but I guess I can just put them aside for the moment. So that is going on really nicely. Check it out. It'll be different when the next colour comes in. I like that. I like that. Woo. Okay. Now I have seen other people use baby wipes, but I think they would make them wet. So I'm just going to scrub that off until it comes sort of cleanish. Okay, let's put the second colour on, which is mint. Okay, so I'm going from a green, a yellow to a green to a blue. Okay, this is where it's going to become fun, I think. So I'm going to put that on. Okay, wish me luck. Oh, it's only cardstock. I can always do more. Okay, so it goes nicely. All right, go lightly. Oops, look at that. It was a bit of a smudge, but I'm sure I can probably cover that up. Maybe if I go from this end. It's making my eyes go funny. That's not bad, you know. It's picking up because I've got like a spot where it's... Okay, start off my page, work it on, blend it down. That's pretty cool. I want to come up a little bit higher though, I think. Not bad. So for those who are joining in, I'm just using a makeup brush. It is super soft. The only thing that I want to do now, which I don't know whether I'll be able to do, is I want to go back into my yellow. Okay, so in Kmart, I'll bring it back in again. I have seen them on Amazon and you can get like 18 of them. But this one was in Kmart. It's the Ox Studio Cosmetic Tools. It's a face and contour foundation brush, and then there's two other little ones in there. So there's a smaller one and then there's a really small one. So you got 3 in there all together. So I guess the ones that I saw on Amazon, I think they were around $18. So, and you would probably get a couple that would be this size. So I guess if you wanted to like have a couple on the go, like, because now I want to put this back into my yellow, or just put it back into the yellow. We'll see what happens. Oh, there we go. That wasn't too bad. It'll be a bit, so I'm going to try and get these 2 gradients going before I work into my Bermuda Bay. That's going down really, really nicely. Look at that. Now I can come back. Yeah, well I had a little bit of a, sort of like a half a play a little while ago, but I tried to clean them on wet wipes between, and then of course it hadn't dried properly, and when I went back on my card it sort of produced a yucky result, and I put them away and I didn't bother again. So that's not too bad. So that's So Saffron, Mint Macaron, and now I'm going to do Bermuda Bay. Hey girls coming in. Now this one's probably going to be a pretty intense colour. So, oops, bashing things around. I'm going to put that one away. So I will go lightly, tread lightly, start off lightly. Can always, oh, microfiber cloth. That would be better. I've got a stack of them too. So anyway, so at the moment I'm just going to scrub it off on my, until it comes clear, which isn't too bad. It's not gone too deep into my bristles. Okay, so I'll tread gently. I will start way back here and put a bit on. Oh, that's nice. You probably can't see the colour, although there's a bit of a lag. So here we go. Now I can, ooh yeah, try and, because I like, when I do this type of thing, I really like my colours to be really intense. And you know, sometimes when you use the sponges, you'll get like big sponge marks. How's that? So I'm going to work that blue down into the green a little bit. That's pretty good. 6 for $24. Ah, okay. I can't remember how much I paid for them. I think they may have been $9. I can't remember though. So, but amazingly enough, I was able to get them here in Port Lincoln. That is really pretty. I'll hold it up to the screen so because it looks a bit muddy on the screen around here, but I'll hold that up to the screen so you can have a bit of a better look. I'm very happy with that. So let me hold that up a little bit closer. So again, if you're just tuning in, that's So Saffron into Mint into Bermuda Bay. So it's quite an unusual colour combination. I saw it on Pinterest, a non-Stampin' Up. So I don't know what inks they use, probably distress inks and all that type of thing. If I'm finishing this like afterwards, because I'm on a time frame, I will probably go and actually try and give that a clean. I've got some baby wipes and I will just try and get in because the bristles, the blue has gone down into the bristles for that. Okay, so that's the first part of my card. Oh, thank you so much, Jan. Okay, so again, if you're just tuning in, Ox Studio Cosmetic Tools, makeup brushes. They work beautifully and they're so soft and pretty. Oh yeah, into the sand and the beach. Okay, so that bit there is done. Like I was saying, I had a really bad Lincoln Learn today. Well, I personally felt that it was really bad. I got there and I was one kit short, which was really bad. So obviously I gave my kit away. And so what I'm going to do while I'm jabbering on is I'm just going to squeeze, because I haven't got my spray bottle here, I'm just going to spray, put some water into my fingers, and I'm just going to, whoops, it's probably a bit big, flick. I've got a couple of massive big drops on there, but that's okay. So yeah, so I was a kit down and I was like, oh no, so I gave her my kit, which meant I wasn't able to, normally at Lincoln Learn I will make my card so I can instruct everyone at the same time. So I wasn't able to do that, so I felt a bit like out of it. And then when we get to this stage here, which is, I'm just going to put that aside to dry behind me. The next stage, which was actually the stamping, I have 2 StazOns and I took the wrong StazOn with me. It was bone dry. They're like, this isn't stamping properly. So I said, no worries, I'll race home. I'll be 15 minutes or so, I'll race home and I'll grab my other one. And one of the ladies went, oh no, I only live around the corner. I'll race home and I'll grab mine. So she did that and she came back and hers was worse than mine. So we did end up being able to find a black archival ink pad, so all was well in the end, but it was a disaster. And when we did that water flicking, I picked up the wrong bottle at home and I put water onto my fingers and it wasn't water, it was icicle. So it was just like the lesson from, it was not a good lesson. Okay, so I'm stamping up my massive Magnolia. Oops, have I got room? That's huge. I should have room. So this card is going from woe, like go to woe. Oops, sorry, my head got in there. Gives you, water pen gives you the shivers. So as long as I stay within my time frame, I'll be right. But I am making this card, like normally I will do things off camera, but I'm not. I'm doing it all on here. So who knows what we're going to get tonight. So, okay. I am going to clean this straight away because it stays on. Getting out the nice old trusty Stampin' scrub. Oh, honestly, it was such, like I just kept thinking, and I had to leave early as well, and the day was just getting worse and worse, and I'm thinking, no. So I had the stink of icicle all over my hands, and because I'd flicked it onto my ladies, my craft ladies' work as well, and I just was like, oh no, I kept stuffing up everybody else's work instead of my own. It was terrible. Okay, now, see, we can all relax. Now the colours that I'm going to use for my Magnolia, isn't it gorgeous? Now I did go and look up Magnolia colours on Google, and there are quite a variety of Magnolias. So there you've got the really soft pale ones with a little bit of a yellow. You have some purple ones, but also you can get these really, really vivid, really pink Magnolias. So that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to colour in. It may take me a little while. I just have to keep an eye on the time as well. I've got child to pick up. We finally, he may have his P's by the end of the month. Hooray! You have no idea how excited that is going to make me. Okay, I'm working with Blushing Bride first. Oh, I'm on shimmer paper, by the way. So I'm working on shimmer and I'm putting a drip of re-inker into my lid. Okay, So, and I have my aqua painter, I've got my rag beside me, and what I'm going to do is just pick up, I'm just going to make sure I've got, whoops, that's too much water now. Okay. I need to just breathe and take some time. Okay, so I'm going to start at the base of a petal, put a little bit of colour down, and then just blend it out to hopefully almost nothing. My pen is a little bit watery now that I've squeezed ink through it. So this is usually where I can't talk anymore. So excuse me if all you get is me colouring. Now, oh, this image here, while I'm looking at it, I was thinking it was one big petal. It's not, okay? I am going to show you. That is that petal. Okay. So now you can see they are actually two separate petals. Excuse me. I kept looking at it thinking it was one long one. So there you go. Okay, two separate petals. Okay. So starting off, and you'll notice that with Magnolias, the underside is usually a darker colour than the inside. Okay. Oh. Do you know what? As much as it got mucky today, a few of the girls were like, can you finish off my colouring in for me? Or fix my colouring in for me. And once I started colouring in, you know what? It just all fell away, and it was like, this is what I needed. I needed to do some colouring in. So my yucky day disappeared. Thank goodness for that. And our cards came together, because I can tell you, when you're looking at this and you're looking at the background that I just did, you think there is no way that they are going to match. No way. Oh, Kayla, 12-hour shift. Oh, that's a bit full on. Very full on. Yeah, I think it's nice just to either be colouring yourself or watching other people colouring in. It's quite relaxing, isn't it? I love watching all those calligraphy and lettering, I think that's a petal, and lettering videos, especially when the lettering videos all change colour, and or they're done with like the really fluid metallics, and it's always very relaxing. Now, hopefully I've got everything on the screen. Hopefully my hand's not in the way. Okay, now I also discovered that the centre of the Magnolia can also be quite dark. It's not always yellow. So I'm going to leave that. And I am going to now, believe it or not, I'm going to add some lovely lipstick. Wow! It's going to be, get ready for it. Okay, but only a little bit, not a huge amount. Hey everyone, I know it was a bit of a spontaneous jump on today. I was just sitting scrolling through Facebook, not watching TV. I can't find anything on TV at the moment. And I thought, you know what, I should go and make a card. And then I thought, you know what, I should, you know, just colour in at the same time. So I'm only going to add a little bit of, I don't think you can see my palette, I'm just adding a tiny little bit of lovely lipstick just to get it a little bit richer in colour. So again, this is that petal. So I just sort of put down a little bit of dark around the edge, wipe my aqua painter, and then blend it out. So you can see it's just giving a little bit of a little bit of depth to it. So apparently the Magnolia that is like deep pink is called Genie. So for anyone out there who is a gardener. How am I going for time? Am I gonna make my card? Hey, everybody's still coming in. I know I'm quiet. I haven't learnt the art of chatter and colour. So I'm just blending and keep wiping my aqua painter off. Now the other side, actually will probably be a bit darker in colour. How's that looking? Is that okay? Cool, thank you. Okay, now where to go? And I always get my finger in it. I end up smudging. Whoops, that's probably a bit dark. But that's okay. I'm sure we can work with that. Oops. I might have to bring a bit more colour into that one then. It ends up almost you can't see that first layer of Blushing Bride that I put down, but I think it's important to do the two because it sort of changes and blends them in together a little bit. I'm trying to rush but not trying to rush, if that makes sense. Because I would normally, I probably would have stamped this and cut it out and had it all this done beforehand, but being spontaneous tonight, I thought let's just jump on and go for it. Oh, there we go. Lisa knows, she's a gardener. What do you know about magnolias there, Lisa? Okay. That one darker again. That one be the outside of the petal, I think. Thanks, Joe. I'm sort of getting a bit rushed here though. And the good thing is that I always say put down, go light to start with, and then you can always come back in and add depth afterwards. I think I've got one more petal to go. This one back here. You can always come back and add more, but it's really hard to take off colour once you've put it down. Okay, I think that's done. I was going to come back and do something now. I can't see that one there, I think. Okay, and I'm pretty sure that, you know what, it doesn't matter because I'm going to do it pink anyway. I'm going to try and get it really deep. I'm pretty sure that the centers are pink. Okay, I think that'll do. It's not blended out perfectly, but I think that will be fine. Okay, so now the next colours I'm going to do, we only did one colour at Lincoln Learn, which was the shaded spruce, but I'm going to actually, a couple of the ladies put down mint first and then they put down shaded spruce on top, so that's what I'm going to do today. Thanks everyone. Now I need my, I don't think I have a mint re-inker. Shame on me. I best be checking my re-inkers, I think. I'm pretty sure I don't have one. Okay, make sure I got all my pink off of there. There we go. Just add a little bit of water to my palette. I always start off with a fairly wet well, I'm just gonna, just for ease, I'm just going to do my branch here as well. So I'm just gonna throw this colour down. And when I say throw it down, I mean throw it down. Nothing special going on there. this is a nice big one. To try and not put my hand in my wet flour. I don't want smudges everywhere. Okay, so like when I said I'm just going to throw it down, the first layer is, oh, especially when there's such big areas, you can just sort of afford to just stick it down. You don't have to be too fussy. Okay, so it's where, oh, so I better do this one considering I did the other ones, otherwise it might not be even. Right, now where it comes into play is the next one, and this is a pretty intense, and someone got a little bit happy putting re-inker drops into the lid today. So it's pretty intense in colour. So I'm just going to try not to get that intense colour, which is hard to do. So I'm just going to come around and then I'm just going to sort of squiggle that out. So I may even come back and do a second passing over that and then just sort of squiggle it out. So you get that sort of look. Okay, again with a lighter colour, put it around the base. And when I squiggle it out, I go wide into fine. So hopefully I've got that in the right spot and you can all see. So go around where the shadow would be and then just squiggle it out to, that's a new word for me, squiggle it out. Okay, a little bit down the stem. And this one's a bigger one, so we want to go a little bit broader and then come in a lot further. Okay, so now we've got something like that going on. Now I am going to do another passing and you can see how intense the colour is here. So I'm actually going to pick up some of that deeper colour and then come in and then just squiggle it over that again. Okay, so deep around the edge of the flower. Oops. Deep around there and then through there again. I don't know if that's correct, but you know, artistic license and all, I think we can colour in however we like, don't we? So deep and then over the top. And it's quick when you do it this way too. Except for around there, you've got to take a little bit of care. There. And a little bit more. This one's a bit trickier because it's harder. I think I keep freezing. I've had internet woes tonight, but I did try and hotspot it, so there we go. Wait a minute, this one's not really playing. It's not playing ball. Okay, how's that? Looking good. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to pop that aside to dry. I do have to cut it out with the Big Shot. So next, let's check my time. I've got to go shortly. Maybe I will bring these in because I've only got like 5 minutes and I don't think I'm going to get my card done. So it's a little bit weird to think that these two are actually going to become one card, huh? Okay, what I'm going to do quickly, I might have to do a part 2 on this, so apologies for that. Okay, I'm going to have enjoy today. And I never know whether to, oh, I hope he wasn't trying to call me. Oh, no. So I will just go ultra quickly and then, do you want me to come back after I've picked him up? See, this is why if he had his peas, life would be so much easier. He could just take the car and go. Shall I come back tonight or do I come back tomorrow morning is the question. Thank you. Yes, come back tonight. Okay, so I am going to emboss. Like I said, I am doing this woe to go to woe. So normally I would have all of this done, but being a spontaneous thing tonight. Yes, come back. Okay, cool. I will. Hopefully he won't be too long. Hopefully he'll be... Oh, it only takes me like 6 minutes to get to work, so I can spare a little bit of time. Okay, so I'm just going to emboss this. You know what? It's so nice to say you're coming back. Okay, so that is done. That'll give that time to dry. See, and you're probably all going, I don't think that's all gonna work together. Let me pull that back so you can see it. See? Now, are they all going to blend together, do we think? It did come together quite nicely in the end, believe it or not. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I will keep going. I've got a few minutes. So what I'm going to do is just try not to get all of that on my Whisper White card. So I'm using a thick Whisper White base. There's not a lot left to the card, to tell you the truth. I've got 3 bone folders lying around and I couldn't find one. Okay, so I am going to adhere that to my card front when I can find my snail. And that's why I didn't do it on my, even though I'm like just going to stick this onto my Whisper White now. The reason why I didn't do it straight onto my panel is because the water flicking sometimes bleeds through. So no speeding, it only takes like, you know, 5 minutes down to work. So I'm going to leave a little bit of a white border. You know, and by the time he's finished packing up and actually gets out, it's usually a little bit afternoon anyway. Now, I have to bring my big shot into play. See, normally I don't do any of this. Oh dear. Oh dear, I've got stuff everywhere. Honestly, you guys would be absolutely appalled at my room. Seriously. Okay, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Check out all the bits and pieces. Like, there's so many of them. Okay, I think I've got time to cut this out, and then I will duck off and I will come back as quick as I can. So, to finish off. Okay, sorry guys, I don't normally do all of this stuff on camera, so. Oh, actually you're the second person who said my jumper matches. It's got big roses all over it. Okay, so I'm going to line up. Now, if you haven't seen these are the new style, and when you put them down, they actually hug the outline of the stamp. So rather than leaving an edge, you can actually line that straight up with the outline, but it will leave a white. I just have to make sure I don't shift that. It will actually leave a white outline. So I'll go through gently. I'll make sure that cut, yep, all the way through. So even though it lines up like that, you still get a lovely white outline. How cool is that? Right, okay. That's a jigsaw puzzle, putting that back together. Okay, I am going to duck off now, and I will be back shortly. I would say probably 15 minutes maybe, assuming he's out on time. and then we will finish off our card. There's not a whole lot to go, but you know, it's nice to get one finished. Okay, so I will be back shortly. Give me about 15 or so minutes, and I will see you back, and hopefully you'll find the two bits and put them together. Okay, see you for now.